Take a few deep breaths in. I'm going to put some oil on your shoulders, remembering to keep contact. To one side,
Yeah.
and you're using your body weight
Yeah.
to sweep around.
Yes.
So you maybe do 3 or 4 of these, and up the neck, and then I'll do the other side, the figure of 8. So this is the figure of 8 move coming round. We've also got the move we call the sun. It's a nice big comforting circle on the back. And then the crisscross move, where you come up with one hand and cross over to the other one. And we're also going to do some rubbing up. So this is quite a sort of over the surface of the skin rub. Really starting to create a bit of heat here and allowing the blood to circulate. Or with the 2 fingers, whichever you find easier. It's a light move. You can do that on the other side. Kneading with the thumbs. And this is where we're working up the trapezius muscle. So it's the muscle that we're working on here. Avoiding the spine and scapula and working on the trapezius muscle. We've also going to do some knuckling, working into the muscle. And we can also do the side of the hand. And we can also do with the heel of the hand, massaging in. And we can do some ordinary with our thumbs as well. And the areas where people tend to get the most tension are just here and just here as well. So people are going to want to get you to feel in there. The hacking. This is where we're keeping the elbows out and working over the top really. It's the main area is here. Light and rhythmical. We've also got the shampoo. Bring elbows out. Fingers are sort of in like a double hucking position. And if you wanted to try with the 2 fingers, the muscle around. Yeah. An alternative, or an as well, is to come to the side and to squeeze in. Ironing down, coming across the top, fingers go down, around the elbow, and gently back up again. With these ones, it's all about keeping it nice and slow and nurturing. So the first move on the neck, we're going to support the forehead, and we're going to do a scooping up the neck. So this is the hand coming up and scooping underneath the occipital to a ridge. Contact with your hand if you can. And then we change and we do really slowly the backs of the hands. Yeah, so it's a nice, slow, comforting move, coming all the way around. And then we're going to do the rubbing up. gentle rub. And it's lovely to have the occipital area rubbed.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Hand in a C shape, comes up. You hold on to the occipital area, so there's no space. And then you come off. Stop. And a little bit of hair comes out with you. And then towel wrapped around to protect you, to keep you all nice and warm. You're not having oil in your hair today, but we're still going to get used to I'm going to get used to the feel of your head, and you're going to get used to the feel of the touch of my hands. So what we would be doing here is putting the oil onto the scalp. Now we're going to do some rubbing down. You can rub up or you can rub down, but it's a choice that you want to do. 3 lines going down. It's a sort of rubbing move here. We warmed up the scalp, so now we're going to go straight into the shampooing. And this is where our fingers are going to be on the scalp and we're moving the scalp. A few in one area and then you move on. What we want to do is, can you feel your scalp moving?
Yes.
And then what you can do is you can do it
With one hand.
with one hand.
Yeah.
Working to move the scalp, and it feels really nice just behind the ears as well.
Yeah, it does feel nice.
Sometimes if you're working on elderly clients,
Okay.
just with the whole hand,
Yes.
you're still moving the scalp.
Yeah.
In between moves, I just like to sort of put everything back into place so that you, in case you're going to get any hair that's tangled up, and it just feels nice as well. So this is the move which we call the pyramids, where you've got the, and first of all I'm gathering up the scalp,
Yeah.
gathering up the scalp, and then coming up into a prayer position, and then I'm coming up, taking a little bit of hair. So pressure as I come up, stop, and then coming off.
Okay.
One more. Pressures. Where you hold, it's just a presence really for the count of 5, and you move to different areas. It's calming everything down. The ruffling coming down, this is very much with the tips of your fingers in a big move going down. Again, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you do the other side. Plucking Move, which is the monkeys searching and grooming. Sort of, you don't need too much of this.
No.
Just maybe sort of 10 on either side. It just feels really nice, but you don't want too much of it.
Yeah.
Where you have your hands out with your fingers apart, you come all the way up the scalp, and your fingers and all your hand is on the scalp. Then you bring your fingers together, still on the scalp, and then you make a fist. So the heel of your hand remains on, and then you come back out again. And then you do that in different parts. So the secret, it feels really nice coming up, and you
Yes,
stop
it does feel nice like that.
together, and you make a fist.
Oh.
What some people like is to have it right at the back, so your whole of your hand is on the scalp, then fingers and thumb together, and then you make a fist. And it's the tightening of the fist that gives the pressure.
Yeah.
And lifts the scalp up. And then with one hand after another, And then this is going to go into the raking back, where you're actually using your fingertips to come all the way back. One hand all the way down, and then the other hand starts. And it feels really good when you include the occipital area, which gets so often missed out. And then we do the tabla, which is like the Indian drum,
Yeah.
with the fingers like raindrops randomly all over the head. And then we smooth down the hair, put it back into place. And when we're doing this, it's really nice to include the hairline, because this can be an area that often gets missed out, but it's very comforting
Cheers.
to have your hairline massaged. With the head before we go on to the face. So what we may need here, if somebody, the client is likely to go to sleep, is a towel that's wrapped up and you support the neck. Does that feel comfortable?
That's it.
So I've refreshed my hands, so my hands are clean. And we're going to be working on the temples to begin with, really slowly, with your fingers, the flats of your fingers. Just stroking, slow and gentle stroking. And as we're doing this, we're feeling where the eyebrows are, an idea of where they are. And we're going to come down and find the eyebrow points. And it's a pushing up. And a hold. And then we're going to come down and do the same around the cheekbones. If you're worried that you are putting too much pressure, you can always use your ring finger. So we're pushing up, following the cheekbones. This is where you're working on the sinuses. So I'm following the bone,
Yeah.
and then swooping down. And then we're going to work some nice massaging here on the TMJ, all around here where people get quite a lot of tension. Again, it's slow, big moves. I'm going to come down and do the chin squeeze. Squeezing just between your fingers. I'm going to do the ear kneading. Kneading the outside of the outer rim of the ear. And then you can give a little tug as well. This is when you need to be sure that the person's not got any earrings. And then we'll do some tabla. Again, this is kind of random all around the face. Finish with some long strokes. Really caring, nurturing strokes. Just going to take the towel away from me now. Support your forehead and the occipital area. And then I'm going to come round to the front. Just check you're alright.
Fantastic.